Hollywood has a serious problem. Soulless movies, corporate control storytelling, and a blatant waste of money. And it's not just filmmaking, it's a systematic issue of reckless spending, poor decision making, and outright disdain for audiences. And that's why I'm here to save the day. Today, I'm going to be diving into two prime examples, Snow White and The Electric State. Now, Snow White, a movie that was doomed from the start, not just because it's unnecessary changes, it's reshoots, but because the lead actress seems very determined to sink it herself. You would think if you're cast as a lead in Snow White movie, you'd at least show some respect for the legacy of the film that's literally built Disney into what it is. But no. Instead, we get pretentious comments, we get dismissive attitudes, and a complete disconnect from what fans really, really want. Disney, of course, keeps throwing money at this. It just feels like, I don't know what it is. I understand that they're trying to placate to the or I guess their perceived audience, but it just feels like they're more of a corporate checklist than creative endeavors, and obviously it's not surprising that the streaming wars led to a lot of these studios like Paramount, Warner Brothers, Disney, and a lot of other ones to just spew out crap content in order to fill their apps, which basically without regard for quality. And this isn't a one-time mistake. Disney has already ruined Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Marvel, Willow, and probably a couple of other franchise IPs that I just can't name at the moment. So why should Snow White be any different? What was once it was a heartwarming family entertainment company that people trust, investors trusted. Now it is what it. I mean, it's corporate. It's a soulless machine, and it's cranking out bland, forgettable garbage. The '90s, the Golden Age, the Silver Age, all of these different, truly remarkable and creative films. I want to call them those films because they truly deserve that respect. It's just gone. All that respect is gone. It's burned, and if this movie Snow White fails, it's gonna hopefully show the investors, the fans, and people that keep paying for these things that that's it. Disney has made their own bed, and now they just got to lay in it. Calm down a little bit. Now, The Electric State, which is a Netflix produced movie, it's something. I don't even want to call it a movie. It's so expensive and just bizarrely generic that it makes you question if they're even trying. The Russo brothers, best known for Avengers Endgame, they have a couple of more movies and a couple of more shows they've produced, like Citadel, which was another monumentous flop that also had, I think it was, don't quote me, I think it was like $500 million, maybe $400 million budget. Failed very hard. Back to The Electric State, though. They're best known for Avengers Endgame, which was a very good movie. It made a lot of money. Fans really loved it. Critics loved it. But that movie, it's more of caretaking the franchise. It's more of being the manager type role to the franchise than actually being a visionary filmmaker like Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and a lot of other independent filmmakers that just don't get the credit because they either can't bring in the big audiences, or their method of storytelling is just not. It just doesn't fit with the big studios. Now, with The Electric State, Netflix poured over $320 million, and that's only what they report. So maybe it could be more, and it could be less into this movie. But the catch is, it's only getting a limited streaming release. So there's no major theatrical release, no real push for success as far as like some sort of real profit or like traditional box office revenue. So what's the point? The subscriptions don't reflect, especially any sort of boost in subscriptions just because of one movie this expensive. It doesn't reflect on anything as far as their market holdings. Nothing. So what is it? To me, like I said, criminal. Now, for example, Godzilla minus one, which was made for between 10 to 15 million dollars, and it could be a little more than that from what they're reporting, but it's definitely not 320 million plus. It won prestigious awards. It looked amazing. The CG was phenomenal. The storytelling was great. It was Japanese, so I really, I was a little disconnected from the story at some points because I had to basically read like an anime person. But it was still, even then, it still caught every emotion, all my senses. For 10 to 15 million dollars, why the hell does a movie like Electric State exist? Chris Pratt is a terrible actor. He's still riding on he's still riding on Parks and Rec fame. He's still riding on his goofy quote unquote persona. He's not really that, but I guess, it is what it is. Why can we make maybe 15 of these Godzilla movies in one Netflix Electric State budget? It makes no sense. And this isn't the first time, and this isn't going to be the last time. Now, those budgets that they work with, are they real? Are they doing some sort of tax evasion? Are they doing some sort of gymnastics to get the most out of something they know will fail either way? Think about it this way. If a movie, let's just say it actually costs $100 million to make, but the studio claims it costs $320 million. And then even if the movie makes about $200 million back, they can still report $120 million whatever loss. That loss is then leveraged for tax benefits. It ultimately works in the studio's favor. Now, the movies like Batgirl, Coyote vs. Acme, those movies got canceled despite being finished complete productions, or at least, complete productions, because it was more profitable for the studios to scrap the movie entirely than to release it and let it fail, and not just affect the bottom line, but the I guess a PR situation. It seems, like I've mentioned multiple times, criminal to me, and Hollywood isn't making movies anymore. They're playing the market, they're playing a shell game, and they're always blaming the audiences. It's either toxic fandom, the culture, the woke DEI. It's something, always something, but it's never the creativity. It's never the writers, the directors, the producers, nothing. It's just always on the consumer. Now, where does this leave us? Hollywood, they're not going to change. They're going to keep cranking out soulless, heartless films, movies, things with projects, while burning through billions of dollars, and they're just going to keep pointing the finger at us. This industry needs to change, and it needs to change quickly. There can't be movies. It doesn't make sense. I understand that a lot of money goes into CGI. A lot of money goes into reshoots, especially with these Marvel movies and these Disney produced movies, and a lot of money goes to the talent. A lot of actors do charge a lot of money, especially, like I said, with the big franchise IPs. But movies like John Wick, Godzilla minus one, Terrifier 2. I think Terrifier 2 was made in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So all these movies with great storytelling, with great directing, with purpose. These movies with heart. Even if they're just kill like John Wick, or a big monster like Godzilla minus one, there's purpose in the writing, there's purpose in the production of whatever it is. And those movies, even being a percentage of the budget that these bigger movies with all these Flash and all this everything, they still will be remembered in time. Like with that, for example, Avatar. Does anybody remember Avatar at all? Yeah, it made a lot of money. Yeah, it looks cool, but it's boring. It's fucking boring. And I guess it just leaves us shaking our heads. When were they going to wake up? Do they think Superman is going to save Hollywood?